Hey there, happy holidays and welcome to Merry Gear Solid Secret Santa. My name is Pete and today we complete this fan-made Christmas-themed adaptation of the Metal Gear Solid series, a free-to-play humorous nod to the first few games in that series, written and developed by Arthur Lee with voice acting by Duncan Roberts. Yes, you heard that right. Despite being a small indie project from 2006, the game is fully voiced, so I don't have to assume the role of Santa for this one, and can instead guide you through his brief adventure. In true completionist fashion, we will play through the entire game in what I consider to be the perfect way, although this certainly won't be a speedrun, as I'd like to have at least a little time to explain what we're doing. The game isn't overly difficult, but you can fail by getting detected, so we're trying to not let that happen. I'm also challenging myself to play this non-lethally, or rather in a pacifist manner. You'll see what I mean by that shortly. Before we jump in, of course, there are occasional nods to figures and events from the Metal Gear series, but you definitely do not need to have played any of those games to enjoy this one. If you notice any secrets or Easter eggs that I did not mention, feel free to point them out in the comments down below so that we can all learn a bit and appreciate the game in all of its details. And with that, let's get into it. Let's complete Merry Gear Solid Secret Santa. So, we start things off in Hideo Drive, a nod to Metal Gear Solid writer and developer Hideo Kojima. We can move our little Santa here with the arrow keys, and of course, our first objective is to make it into the house.
Nick, it's been a long time, Tiny Tim. Oh, they stopped calling me that 20 years ago. Just Tim will do.
20 years?
Yes, it's been 20 years since the Ebenezer Eve incident. The world has changed since then. Military surveillance crafts have been circling the skies in a response to the 9/11 attacks 6 years ago. That's why it's far too risky to let you deliver presents the traditional way.
The traditional way?
We can't risk having you spotted soaring through the sky on a sleigh. With the nation on high alert as it is, there's far too great of a chance you'll be branded a national threat.
So that's why I'll be delivering gifts by foot, I presume.
Precisely. This is a top-secret covert mission. From this point on, we'll be referring to each other by codenames. My codename will be Major Tim, and yours, Nick, will be Solid Santa.
Solid Santa? Has a nice ring to it. So what's the mission?
Your mission is to infiltrate this house and to deliver the present you've got in your sack to the Christmas tree, located on the topmost floor.
Sounds easy.
It's not as easy as it sounds. Most people are asleep at this hour, but a couple of naughty children might be wandering around trying to get a peek of their presents before morning.
So I get to throw coal at them, right?
No. This is above everything else a stealth mission. You must not be discovered or the mission will be a failure. Do whatever it takes to stay out of the enemy's field of vision. To make things easier, you'll need to make use of any tools you find in the house. I'll be giving you advice and instructions via codec. My frequency is 012.25.
Alright. Commencing Operation Secret Santa.
Right, in true Metal Gear fashion, we receive instructions via the codec radio system, and as we make it into the house and round the corner here, another call is already waiting.
Major, I've made it into the house. Yeah, it looks clear. I'm just gonna run for it. Everybody's gotta be asleep.
Santa, wait. You want to make sure you aren't running into a trap. Walk up to a wall and press the arrow key towards it. You should start to hug the wall. By hugging the wall, you can see what's up ahead.
Hugging walls? What is this? Happy Funland?
So then, if we hug the wall in this corner right here, we can see there are children about, 2 of them, and our goal is to not get spotted. Their line of sight extends indefinitely, so we can only move if they're not looking in our direction. Pretty basic hide-and-seek gameplay here that should not be too tricky to get us started. The name Solid Santa, by the way, of course, a nod to Metal Gear Solid protagonist Solid Snake, whose deep, sometimes overly raspy voice is also nicely imitated in those radio messages. Meanwhile, our exit is already getting closer. In each level, we need to reach the stairs to get up to the next floor. Let's see what awaits us on the second one. Alright, a row of children turning back and forth. With the right timing, you can probably just run through them in one go, but we're playing it safe here. Slow and steady wins the race. The green doors, by the way, cannot be interacted with. Other things, however, can. We'll learn about them in just a second.
Santa, what's wrong?
There's a guy blocking a really narrow hallway, and it's so annoying because I can't get past him. What am I supposed to do? disappear into fat air.
Oh, relax. Try distracting him by making a noise. Hug a wall and press the control key. The kid will investigate the sound, so try to slip past him while he's not looking. The old switcheroo.
What are you talking about? That kind of trick only works on 5-year-olds.
Santa, the first rule of the battlefield is to know your enemy. Only then can you fully understand how to overcome it.
What are you trying to say?
That the trick will work because they are 5-year-olds.
Oh, right.
So, in order to get past the kid blocking the hallway, we need to hug the wall and knock on it, which, as you can see, does not always work, although I found that apart from this kid here, it attracts attention quite reliably. And there we go, another floor cleared, up we go to number 3. And once again, this floor introduces us to a new gameplay mechanic.
Alright, now this one's impossible. I know there's no easy way past this one.
Santa, did you already forget about your Christmas spirit?
My what now?
Your Christmas spirit. It's like telekinesis, except a lot less useful because it's limited to turning on televisions.
Wait, what?
Simply that you possess the power to turn on a television just by thinking it. To do this, move your mouse cursor over any television set on the map. You can turn it on by clicking on it. Any children within earshot of the television will automatically turn towards it. Nothing can resist the magnetic pull of the television screen.
This is amazing. There's gotta be a catch.
Well, the thing is, you can't turn them off. A 5-year-old child has the attention span of a goldfish, and unless you can change what's happening on screen, he'll lose interest in a couple of seconds.
And I'm guessing I can't change channels, huh?
Afraid not.
What a useless power.
So then, using our mouse, which has so far not been needed, we can turn on the TV, however, we're not going to do so just yet. Instead, we first want to knock on the wall to attract the attention of the kid a bit further down the hallway, otherwise we would not be able to get past them. Then, once both kids are in the TV's vicinity, we can turn it on to have them turn around, but as you can see, this only distracts them for a few seconds, so we need to hurry to not get spotted. Speaking of getting spotted, the West Wing here looks interesting to say the least. Good thing we're about to pick up a very useful package.
Santa, it looks like you found a new item.
Yeah, but it's just a gift box. I got plenty of those in my sack.
Oh, that's no ordinary gift box.
What do you mean?
That gift box has air holes.
Air holes?
That's right. That gift box was specially designed for wearing.
Wearing?
Yes. By holding the shift key, you can access the inventory. From the inventory, select the gift box item to put it on. Once you've equipped an item, you can tap the shift key to quickly put away or take out the item.
What good is wearing a gift box over my head gonna do?
It's a disguise. As long as you're not moving, you'll look like an ordinary gift box so the children won't take notice of you.
Wait, aren't children attracted to gift boxes?
Well, that particular gift box is full of bombs.
It's full of bombs?
If you believed it is, would you approach it?
No.
Then yes, it's full of bombs.
That doesn't make any sense.
Don't worry about it. They're 5-year-olds. They'll believe anything.
Right, a nod to Metal Gear Solid's infamous cardboard box, the gift box can be equipped via the inventory, allowing us to hide underneath it and to move past the row of children undetected. Of course, we are only allowed to move when no one's looking, so we'll have to split this into 3 or 4 quick shuffles, but eventually we reach the stairs, can exit the gift box and head up to floor number 4. Now, this 4th story I believe is meant to be solved with the gift box as well. However, the kids' patrol route here is designed in such a way that you can simply walk around them. If you're quick enough, you won't get spotted even with the kids standing right next to you.
Wait, don't take another step. You're gonna set off an alarm. Who are you? Let's just say I'm your #1 fan. Call me Santa's little helper.
Santa's little helper? How do I know I can believe what you're saying?
You don't have to believe anything, but if you want to get out of this mission unnoticed, you don't have much of a choice. So maybe it's just best if you believe what I say.
Well, seeing is believing, and I don't see any alarm systems here, so I don't believe a single thing you're saying either.
If you can only believe in the things that you can see, you're gonna be a very unhappy man.
What do you mean?
Well, can you see gravity?
No, but...
Well, if you can't see gravity, you wouldn't believe in it. And if you don't believe in it, you'd be floating around. But you're not. said you don't believe it, but you're not floating. You're just being a hypocrite. Nobody likes hypocrites, so nobody's gonna like you. And that's why you're gonna be a very unhappy man.
I guess you're right. Okay, I believe you.
Good. This alarm system is set to go off if you touch its infrared laser beam, but the beam is invisible to the human eye.
So how am I supposed to get past it?
I'll let you figure that out by yourself.
For someone named Santa's little helper, you sure don't help that much.
I'm a little helper, not a big one.
Alright, after a mysterious call from Santa's little helper, we better not proceed any further in this direction. Instead, let's head into the West Wing, which at the end of it, you can already see it, has a present for us in store. A present that could perhaps help us to avoid those laser beams. Now, one such laser beam is already hinted at by the yellow-grey striped section on the floor here, which is why we have to utilize a knock to get past the kid, otherwise we'd have to cross that beam to remain undetected.
Santa, it looks like you found a candy cane. Yeah, but what's so special about a candy cane? That's no ordinary candy cane. Read the wrapper. Seized Candies. That's right. That particular candy cane is a Seized Candies brand candy cane. Since it's from Seized Candies, naturally it will help you see. What? Didn't someone warn you of a laser security system that was invisible to the human eye? You're telling me that eating this candy will help me see those lasers? Only if you believe it can. What's all this baloney about believing? What if I don't believe? Well, then this entire mission will have been for nothing. What? Santa, the most important thing about Christmas is believing. You cannot— I don't have time for this.
Alright, looks like we have picked up a candy cane that we obviously want to equip immediately. This also reveals the laser beam that I mentioned earlier and should help us navigate the room in the East Wing. And of course, as another reference to Solid Snake, the candy cane emits smoke, just like the cigarettes that our Metal Gear protagonist likes so much. And as you can see, with the candy cane equipped, this part of the 5th floor is an absolute breeze. We will not encounter any further enemies in this section and can therefore quickly make our way up the stairs. Keeping the candy cane equipped, we can see that the 6th floor too has some laser beams and that there is something black on the floor right in front of us.
Look, a lump of coal. Some kid is gonna be very upset in the morning. Did you just step in a pile of coals? Yeah. Why? You're going to leave behind footprints? No. Why'd you have to step on the coals anyway? Giving out coals is my job. I'm the only one that's allowed to make children cry on Christmas. You're an idiot. But you'd better get out of there and fast. The children will follow your footsteps. Wait. Now the children are gonna try and steal my job? I said follow your footsteps, not follow in your footsteps, you idiot. You're getting a lump of coal this Christmas.
Right, having no way of stepping around the coal on the ground, we now leave footprints behind us, and as long as we do, kids will be able to follow us. That is generally not much of a problem because we do have quite the head start, but keep in mind what I said earlier about them having unlimited line of sight, which is why we needed to briefly pause there to wait for our pursuer to round the corner. One more kid then is coming up. We could turn on the TV or just wait for them to turn around. Don't worry, they won't pursue through dialogue.
Santa, it looks like you found a nice digital camera. What good is a digital camera on a stealth mission? Well, you can use the flash as a distraction. That's brilliant. How do you come up with this stuff? When I get bored, I think of ways to annoy children. Really? No. Oh. But how am I supposed to take photos of them without being seen? That camera is equipped with a remote control that can activate it from anywhere in the same area. Press the control key to place the camera. Once it's set, press the control key again to set off the flash. This will blind anyone within sight of the flash. However, you can only use the camera 6 times in one area. Why? Film. Oh, gotcha. Keep in mind that if a guard sees a digital camera, he will go investigate it. If a guard happens to touch the digital camera, it will automatically go off. What are we gonna do with the pictures when the mission is over? I'm sure I can figure something out. What?
Right, and with a digital camera equipped, we now make it up to the 7th floor. We are thankfully not pursued by the kids from the 6th, but we do find another interesting item.
Santa, it looks like you found a Nerf gun. Yeah, but what good is a Nerf gun on a stealth mission? Well, it's a specially modified Nerf gun with tranquilizer bullets. What? Once you have the Nerf gun equipped, hold the control key to aim. You can change your direction while aiming, and you can see a little further up ahead as well. To fire a dart, let go of the control key. Keep in mind that you've got a limited quantity of darts.
What happens when I run out?
Well, your darts get refilled every time you enter a new area.
Wait a second. That's completely unrealistic.
Are you seriously complaining about realism in a game about Santa Claus?
Wait, what are you implying?
Nothing. Bye.
Now, this Nerf gun is what I meant when I initially said that we're going to play this non-lethally. So instead of using it, let's just place a camera behind the two children, press the control key again for flash photography, stunning our two adversaries and allowing us to head up to the 8th floor. In this one, first things first, let's re-equip the candy cane to see where we can safely walk, although after circumventing the laser beams, our path is once again blocked by a horde of children. And while they may not look in our direction, we still need to walk through them to get to our destination, so let's place another digital camera. Seeing it on the floor, we'll also have the kids approach it, automatically triggering its flash, and just like that we can loop around to the other side of the hallway. We do want to stop right here though to take note of another kid at the end of it. As soon as they turn around, we quickly place a camera and then get back into hiding. This is one of the sections that you could also solve with the Nerf gun, but again, for a bit of extra challenge, let's refrain from using that. Alright, 9th story, we're getting closer to the end. This level right here is a bit trickier than the others before. Equipping the candy cane once again reveals some laser beams that we can't cross, but we will need to at least temporarily disable the kids behind it, so let's loop around. Avoiding this lone child here is pretty easy. There is, however, another one patrolling the next section of hallway, and for that one I found that the gift box makes things a lot easier. Sure, we could also use another camera flash or the Nerf gun to take them out, but again, let's try to use as few gadgets as possible. For the trio down here, meanwhile, placing a digital camera will be necessary. We'll plop it down right behind the back of the kid in the middle, but very importantly, we want to make sure not to trigger it just yet. For the return trip, we then once again hide ourselves using the gift box. And on that note, let me know in the comments down below if you found a way to solve the game with even fewer gadgets used. At the moment, I consider this here to be the quote-unquote optimal strategy, but then again, I also did not invest several days worth of planning into this one, so perhaps the strategy can be further improved. Either way, now that we've made it back to the entrance, it is time to set our plan into motion. Let us re-equip the candy cane just to be on the safe side, even though just a few seconds later I changed back to the digital camera. However, we will not need to trigger that one manually. The whole point of the plan here is to knock on the wall to alert this kid, who instead of investigating the knock will be distracted by the camera on the floor behind the 3 other children, which inevitably leads to the camera's flash triggering and stunning all 4 children. Now we only need to turn on the TV to get this one to turn around, and just like that we are up and away. And there we are, looks like we have reached the final room. The candy cane also does not reveal any hidden traps, so let's put our presents under the tree.
Major, I've delivered the presents. Mission accomplished. Good. Now get out of there.
Are you kidding me? Now I have to do it backwards.
Yes, I have to artificially extend playtime somehow.
What?
Oh, wow. Excuse me. I don't know what got into me. Anyway, good luck. Bye.
And there we go, time to head back down, although as we do, we all of a sudden lose control over Solid Santa and can instead now control this gift box right here, which does also appear to have an inventory of its own, and inside of it an item that we have not yet seen, a pistol, and its description states to aim it at someone's back to hold them up.
Freeze! I wasn't talking about the weather, old man. You. That's right, Santa. It's me, Solid Snake.
But you probably know me better as Santa's little helper.
What are you doing here? After taking down Big Boss in Outer Heaven, I was sent on a mission to assassinate his twin brother, Big Beard. Big Beard. You, see, you were part of the Los Bigotes Perfectos project. The Los Bigotes Perfectos project? Yeah, the Los Bigotes Perfectos project. It was a top-secret project started by Andrew Johnson back in the 19th century.
President Johnson was quite displeased with his lack of facial hair, especially after the abundant beard of his predecessor, Abraham Lincoln. That's why he started funding research on bioengineering the perfect beard. The research resulted in the birth of twin clones, Los Bigotes Perfectos. One of the twins received the genes for the perfect beard, and this twin became known as Big Beard. But for Big Beard to be created, there needed to be another twin to whom all the recessive genes were to go. This twin became known as Jack, because, well, he didn't have Jack. Jack eventually became a legendary mercenary, earning the title Big Boss. However, he eventually succumbed to madness and attempted to create a nation of perpetual conflict, which he called Outer Heaven. A couple of years ago, I infiltrated Outer Heaven and prevented Big Boss from launching the walking nuclear tank, Metal Gear. Metal Gear! Yes, Metal Gear. It was only after defeating Big Boss that we learned of his twin brother. You. We can't risk having another Big Boss threatening the world with a nuke. That's why I was sent on a mission to find and eliminate you, Big Beard. I see. I'd always wondered why my beard was so perfect and white. I'm sorry, Big Beard, but in order to complete my mission, I must eliminate you. I understand. Any last words? Happy Christmas to all, and to all, a good night.
So, Solid Snake takes out Solid Santa to end our short Christmas adventure. There is a small post-credits scene, so don't turn off just yet. But yeah, this was Metal Gear Solid Secret Santa. There is actually a slightly longer sequel available. Who knows, perhaps we'll play that next year.
In my love and emotion, overcome all my doubts and my fears. Will you come close and tell me that you'll be here every year after year after year? Your stockings are hanging while you're stalking through the night. Don't you know that I've been good and I believe you like I should? So give me a sign that I'm right. Secret Santa. Your presence is all that I long for in my dreams. And when the moonlight fills the sky and chestnuts roast on open fire, you'll hear my voice as I scream.
Yes. I defeated Big Beard and accomplished my mission. No, he wasn't aware that he was the twin brother of the legendary Big Boss. Yes, I must say his beard was quite stunning. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. No. Should he have? No, I don't seem to recall him having an eye patch. No bandana either. You mean to tell me? Impossible. He said his name was Saint Nick. Lennon? I've made a grave mistake.
Alright, and with a bit of a twist to end it all, we are now transported to the ranking screen, where you can once again see it confirmed we completed the game without firing a single shot or getting discovered, earning us the rank of Tortoise. I'm not quite sure what this is a reference to. Either way, apart from the time taken, I consider this to be the optimal result. But of course, by any means, feel free to consider this a challenge to do better. And if you managed to, then let me know in the comments how you did it. For today though, let's wrap things up at this point. Thank you for supporting the channel this year, and I wish all of you a lovely, peaceful time and a great start to 2025. As always, I also hope that you enjoyed the video, and if you did, then I would be very happy if you could leave a thumbs up. And if you like what I'm doing, then you can of course also subscribe to stay up to date, grab some merch over on shop.petecomplete.com, or check out and maybe even pledge to the Pete Complete Patreon. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Cheers!